Yo, what is good, everyone? Game Bunny reacts again. Um, Today right now we're checking out the. Look, I know I'm late to this, but I'm late to the party. But I'm checking out the Switch 2 trailer. Now I have already seen it. I'm not gonna act like this is blind, like I haven't seen it. I have seen it. This is for you guys that may have not seen it, which I know most of you guys probably have. But today it's gonna be a little bit different. We're checking out two videos. One is the Switch trailer, which is the one we're checking out right now. The second one is going to be a video that OGT85 uploaded this morning. Apparently, they're taking pre-orders on a specific website, on a certain website. So we're checking out that next. Because this is 2 minutes long, and I need a video that's longer than 2 minutes. Alright, let's just get into it. Let me turn it down some. What do you guys think about the orange and black colors? I wonder what made them choose orange and black. Or orange and red, or yeah, orange and black, or orange and red. I forgot which. When I first saw this, I was so excited. Yeah, orange and black. That's what I was gonna say. I do like that they made the Joy-Cons bigger though. Because I have a Switch right here. The Joy-Cons are so small. Feels like I'm playing a controller. I heard that little scene right there where it uses it as a mouse. There's been a lot of speculation that that's supposed to be used like the not the Steam Deck, but the Rogue Ally. No, not the Rogue Ally. Hell, there's so many handheld gaming PCs now. The one that you can take off and use as a mouse. That's what that's supposed to be used for. I have a Steam Deck, but I don't. There's so many gaming PCs now, handhelds. It's crazy. But that's what speculations that that's supposed to be used as is a mouse, which would make sense because if any of you guys watch OGT 85's videos, he kind of explains more. I do have to admit, I do like that though. I do like that the way it looks. The one thing I hope is I hope they make the the dot. I hope they make the games 4K. Which, if they don't make the games 4K like really good, you know, looking not even just running, but if the games look like crap again, there's there's an issue because it's 2025 now. The Switch is almost. It came out, I think, 2017. It's almost like a 8-year-old game system. If this, if the games don't look as good, there's an issue. I don't expect it to look like a PC graphics card or nothing, but I do want it to look good. I don't, because Switch games run so bad, which makes sense because it is like an 8-year-old game system now. But if it can't keep up with like the quality of the other games, like even on Xbox, the Xbox, I hate to say it, but the Xbox One, the first Xbox One, not the Xbox One, God, the way that Xbox does it, the Xbox One, you guys know which one I'm talking about, even that looks better. I know that's supposed to be Mario Kart 9 because Mario Kart 9 has already been uh, confirmed to come will be one of the first Switch 2 games on there, which is cool. The the game I really want them to make a second one of is Super Mario Odyssey 2. I loved Mario Odyssey on my Switch. That is still one of my favorite Switch games out of all of them. Mario Odyssey. I hope they make a second one. They better. I'm really surprised that they didn't make a second Switch game on the first Switch. They made a they made a they didn't make a Odyssey 2, but they made Alms 2. Oh no. The I can't even think of that game because it was so bad. It was like the very first ever Switch game that released on the Switch. Why can't I not think of that game? Hold up, guys. I gotta look that up now. I can't think of the game. Hold up. You. Why can I not think of that game? Anyway, guys, I'm getting distracted. It's because I never played it. Anyways, they made a remake of that horrible game. They made a second one of that horrible game, but they didn't make an Odyssey 2. They better. This when they put out like the little Joy-Con thing. Hold up, I got it somewhere over here. That kind of disappointed me because I wanted them to. I don't know. I was expecting like the controller where you put the Joy-Cons in too. I was expecting it to be like an actual like controller or something. I don't know. That did kind of disappoint me a little, but not too much. Even the dot got bigger, which makes sense. This when I first saw this kind of confused me a little bit because when it says like switch to both physical and digital games, blah blah blah, may not be supported or fully compatible with Switch 2. I guess like if you watch RGT videos, he said that was to probably save their asses. So if a game doesn't work all the way, they can't. They could at least give a warning that it may not work all the way. But I really am curious what they mean by it's not fully compatible. I don't know what that means. 4-2 2025. My question is, how much is this thing going to cost? I really think it's going to be like a lot of women will say $400. If not 400, probably like 370 or 350. Because I can't see it being under 350. I can't. Because the Switch OLED costs 350, I think. I don't know. Okay, that was the Switch 2 trailer. Now we're gonna go back. We're gonna get into the other video. Give me a sec. If I can pull it up. Give me a sec, guys. If I can find it. Let me try to find it, you guys. Give me a sec. I'm trying to see where I put the video, you guys. Is that the one? No. There we go. I found it. Sorry, guys.
So the world is.
Give me a sec. Let me fix the screen. Because I'm using media source instead of like the document or whatever. You know, like where you screen share it. So give me a sec, guys. This is a little behind the scenes for you guys on how they. There we go, guys. Let me make this.
Patiently.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. I had to find the video and try to pull it up. So this is OGT85's video. He uploaded it this morning. Apparently, he said that there's a website called Game and Movies and Game or Game and Movies dot it or something that's actually taking pre-orders on the Switch 2 at like 350 euros, which is baffling because not even Best Buy is doing pre-orders. So I don't understand how these people even have the option to do a pre-order. So let's just check it out. I'll let you guys decide.
So the world is patiently, not really, waiting for April 2nd to come along so we can learn more about the Nintendo Switch 2. We, of course, got a little snippet trailer about 2.5 minutes long that showed us a look at the system, but really, for many people, there were more questions than answered. What's the software lineup going to be? How is Mario Kart 9 going to be different than Mario Kart 8? What's with these weird little mouse things on the system that are the Joy-Cons? How does it work? What's going to be supported by it? How powerful is this system going to be? What is it going to cost? When is it going to come out? But like I said, this is going to be an exciting time. It's going to be an interesting time because you're going to be getting different information from a lot of different areas, and the confusion aspect can lead to some interesting conversations. And that's kind of what we're having today, because the Nintendo Switch 2 has gone up for pre-order on one website at a very interesting price point. And there's a lot of people debating this whole situation, so I kind of wanted to share my thoughts on it as well. First time on the channel, hit that subscribe button. So, Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders go live at one European retailer with a cheaper than expected price. Because, of course, a lot of people are wondering how much this thing is going to cost. There are people that do believe it will be a $500 system. I don't think that's a smart idea. You know, I think 400 is a bit more palpable, especially in this economy. $50 more than the Switch OLED. You know, $500 is a lot of money for a lot of people, especially considering that this is a new system. You could buy a standard Nintendo Switch, which has a huge.
Hell, even the Steam Deck doesn't cost $500. Well, unless if you want like the 1 terabyte, I guess, but
library of games that you probably haven't played them all at a much steeper discounted price. And we all imagine that the Switch will get a price slash once the Switch 2 comes out. Right. So how are you going to balance that? How are you going to convince customers to want to upgrade? Of course, you and I will want to upgrade to it on day one because we're tuned in to the video game landscape, but we're not really the average consumers. We're more so the outliers in this situation, the die-hard gaming fans who need the latest and greatest sort of stuff. Now, this article is interesting because an Italian retailer, my people, the Italian people, are taking a stance, taking pre-orders, and giving the system a price. So an Italian retailer is taking Switch 2 pre-orders by...
Sorry, I'm not going to keep pausing like I usually do, but how did they even get their hands on it? If this is an actual pre-order, right? I really think these pre-orders might be a scam. The people who are pre-ordering on that website is gonna get scammed. I don't know anything about that website, but think about it. If Best Buy isn't doing pre-orders yet, Walmart isn't doing pre-orders yet, no other like big companies are doing pre-orders, not even Amazon, then how are these is this company getting it? You know what I mean?
No release date or price being announced. So basically, what you have here is a retailer called gamesandmovies.it
Right there.
that is selling the Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, you can see here, there's a graphic for it, for 364.99 euros, which is about 380 US dollars. Of course, that is
So you guys
cheaper
can see it.
than $400, but kind of when you take into account like different regions and different pricing and stuff like that, you know, that's kind of a bit of a different situation. So this retailer is actually taking pre-orders. Now I know what you're saying to yourself. Well, RGT, you know, this is a retailer, and especially a small retailer. You know, we're not talking
Yeah.
about a Best Buy. We're not talking about a
Best Buy is the
Walmart.
place to
We're
go if you
talking
want to
about
buy
some
electronics.
small regional-based Italian website that is taking pre-orders on this. When you pre-order the system, they take the money from you, and you are guaranteed a Nintendo Switch 2 system through their website. But what I find interesting about this is doing a little bit of digging around over on Reddit. There's actually quite a story that goes along with this website. Essentially, what this website is known to do is known to offer things at a slightly cheaper price point for pre-order
basically a pawn
than
shop.
you would get at other retailers. But the interesting thing about it is they also honor those pre-order price points. There's many people over on Reddit who pre-ordered Metaphor ReFantazio through this Italian website that live in Italy. And when they pre-ordered it, some of them got it for like 50 euros, which of course is around, I don't know, 60 US dollars or something like that. Let's just spitball here. And that price point was actually honored when the game came out. They didn't have to pay any additional money. I guess the mindset is to get people to buy stuff from you. Like, I don't really get it, because you would think they would be selling things at a loss. But if they are honoring those price points, then it becomes a more interesting situation, because if it's going to be, you know, if they're saying roughly 380 US for this system, 364.99 euros, I can't imagine that what they're anticipating is going to be too far off from that. You know, if you do the $400 price point, that seems to be more in line with this
$400
pricing structure, more so than if
$400 seems like a pretty good price to me. Now, if it's like 500, no, I think that's too much. They don't want to go the same route that the PS5, the PlayStation 5 Pro did. That should have not been like $700. That should have not been $700. You could build a gaming PC for like 700, like a relatively cheap one that still works really good. You could build a gaming PC with 700.
this system was $450 or $500. If you're losing, you know, it's kind of like a Walmart situation. It's kind of like a big box retailer situation. When video games go on sale at Walmart, and only Walmart, the reason they go on sale is because they're taking a loss on those games. Unless it's an MSRP, a manufacturer setting a, you know, a worldwide sale or something like that. Like Square Enix comes out and says, okay, this specific game is now $20. If they don't do that, and their MSRP through Square Enix is still $40, and Walmart themselves decide to sell it for $20, they're selling it at a loss. The mindset is to get people into the store, because when you go to a Walmart, you have to walk all the way to the back of the store in order to get video games. So you might see something else as you stroll back.
Fun fact, this is the last time I pause for the rest of the video, but I read something very interesting. The reason that the games and electronics are always put in the back of the stores like Best Buy, Walmart, it's because they put the bigger items in the back of the store. So like if you're going to Walmart to buy like, you know, Legend of Zelda, when you're going back there, if you see like, I don't know, a pillow that you like, that's why they do it. They put the more expensive items in the back. So when you're going to the back, the items that you might see on the shelf that you might like, that's how they make you spend more money, because they try to get you to see items that you might like, so that way you spend more money. So instead of just going there for the Legend of Zelda, you go in there getting like a pillow, the Legend of Zelda, and a mirror if you want a mirror. They do that to make you spend more money. Because it tricks your mind and all that. That's the way they get you.
There, or you might end up picking up another game or something like that where they can recoup some of the money. That's how physical video games and the distribution of them kind of works, especially with new video games. Profit margins are razor thin on new video games. So the whole mindset is that's why when you go into a GameStop, they want you to buy used stuff. They want you to get accessories. They want you to get, protection plans, because they're not making money on the new games. So I almost wonder if this is a situation kind of like that. And I think if we didn't have like a paper trail of individuals who are like, yeah, I've pre-ordered things at lower prices from this place before, and they honored it. They came through. It was delivered at that price point. It becomes a lot more interesting. I don't think that the system is going to be $380.
No,
Like, that doesn't make
me neither.
sense. That
That's
there's
too
no
cheap.
logic in that. That's a weird number. If you know anything about the pricing structure of things, $99.99 is what they like to do. $399.99, $449.99.
And I always wonder why they always have that like 99 or 49 or 89. Why do they always has to end with a 9? I've always wondered that. Why is it when video games come out, or like game consoles, why does the price always have to end with a 9? 4.99, 89, 79, 99. Why is it always a 9 at the end?
$499.99. $380 is just a weird number, and you don't see many products come in at that. Maybe $379.99, but obviously, Nintendo's going to want to maximize revenue out of this. My whole mindset is, though, if you're talking, when it comes to a $500 system, let's say the system does end up being $500 or something like that. Would you rather sell one thing at $500 or two things at $400? You're going to make $500 selling one thing, or you sell two things for $400 and you make $800. Now, of course, there's cost and, how much you put into it and, what it costs to manufacture the product. But at the end of the day, $800 is more than $500. So you're essentially making more profit on the back end of things by selling in large quantities instead of smaller quantities. So I don't know. It seems like you could pre-order if you're in Italy. So, if you're where my family is, San Lorenzello. I'm not saying that right, but if you're in San Lorenzello and you want to order one of these and then send it to your boy, like, you could do that. Like, we are estranged family members. You don't know me, but you know my grandma. She used to run that village over there. And my family still goes there all the time, and like they go and like they just like walk into people's houses, like, oh, you know who I am? This is my father, blah blah blah, and like they just eat. But I find this situation to be interesting because I don't think I don't think the 370 or 379.77 is going to be the price, but I do think it's going to be 400.
You better hope
And the fact that they're already
doesn't
taking
find out
pre-orders
something.
for this. Like, you could take a pre-order for anything, realistically. I mean, how long have people had, like, Metroid Prime 4 pre-ordered from Amazon? But the whole benefit of the pre-order is getting locked in at that pre-order price point. Because if it ends up being cheaper than what the product actually goes for, some retailers will actually honor that. And it seems like this is a retailer that does honor it. And if they are honoring this, I can't imagine we're talking about $500 for this system. But,
Yeah, that's
it's all speculation right now. It's all just speculation, and that is the fun, that is the joy, that is the beauty of having to wait until April 2nd. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think about this? What do you think about the price point? And what do you think the system's going to cost? I mean, really, that's the biggest conversation right now. What is a price point you are comfortable with?
To be honest, if the I'll be good at $400. If it's more than $400, I think it's too much. I think it's more. If it's more than 400, I can deal with 400. But comment down if you guys liked the video. Um, subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend if you want. Um, that was all GT85's video. Love him. Watch him all the time for gaming news. See you guys. Stay safe, you guys.